Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of English with Sarvi. Well, in this episode I'm going to talk about 10 reasons why I became a teacher. I mean, it's been a long while. I don't know why I like getting closer to the camera. Reason number 1, being creative. I dare say that a lot of you teachers out there will agree with me that even if you teach the same book for like 100 times, if that's even possible, it's never the same. Every group of students, kids, teenagers, adults, they always have something new to surprise you with. And that's the beauty of this job. It's really different from office work. No offense to all of you managers, chief executives, bankers, and all the other jobs, but this is something that I guess you can only experience when you're a teacher. Every day is a new day, and every day is a new beginning. Full of challenges, and sometimes it really sucks being a teacher because you may not really have the remedy for all of those challenges all the time. But still, it's fun.
Are you happy? Yeah! That we are going to watch it? Yeah, we are happy.
In one lesson of a Speak Out book series, I asked my students to present something about their perfect community, the new community, if they were in charge of a new country. So how would they really manage the country? How would they govern? I've had students who came up with no slides to the class and just said a few sentences, and then I had students who came up with really long presentations. Slides were moving, the slides had animations, tricks that even I cannot do on PowerPoint. You can actually figure out who's gonna be the next president in 10 years' time, and who will be the best president of the world and who will actually suck. Through all those differences, you figure out new things. Let's say that every single session you get to learn something new. When you're preparing for the lesson, when you're reflecting on yourself and on all the challenges, all the things that you didn't know, all the vocabulary items that you didn't know. For example, I'm an English teacher. It happens a lot to me that I go to a classroom and they ask some questions and I don't really know the answer because I'm not a native speaker. But after all, when I come out of that classroom and I research and I find the answers and I go back to the students and I give them the answer, I have learned a new vocabulary item. I have learned something new, and this is really beautiful. So the second reason for me is definitely learning something new every single session.
Go with your teacher. Be careful with the car. Be careful with the car. Go, go, go.
Reason number 3, you can watch them grow. And that's the most beautiful part of this job. I'm sure that for a lot of reasons, I'm gonna be carried away and I'm gonna tell you that it's the most beautiful part of the job, but I will not be able to choose which one I like more. So just please cut me some slack. Let's say that the thing that I really like here is that even right now on my Instagram, still after let's say 7 or 8 years, I get to see some of those students that were kids or teenagers back when I started my teaching career, and they had some classes with me, keep texting me. They find me on social media, they interact with me, I see pictures of them and I'm like, oh my God, how have you grown? How have you come to be this tall? And it feels amazing. That leads us to reason number 4, which is making a difference. I mean, I'm sure that some of you may have already watched parts of Stories of My Class series where I talk about my experiences, my challenges, my failures and success stories of primary and teenagers classes. Because as you know, I teach at school right now. It's been 2 years that I teach in a school in Istanbul, and I've had like good days, bad days, because I moved here during the pandemic. It was like a big challenge for me in the beginning because, as you know, I don't speak Turkish and their mother tongue language is Turkish. When I came here, it was during the pandemic. And not only I had challenges with the new country, new environment, new working place and everything, but also everything became online, like on and off. We had some face-to-face sessions, some online sessions. I would sit behind the screen, talk in a language that some of those kids had no idea about, and still make meaningful interactions with them. I mean, what kind of job can you name that has got the same thing going on inside? Hello. Are you happy?
Yes.
Yeah?
I'm so happy.
You're gonna watch the play and enjoy.
Yes.
Reason number 5. Being a boss. Well, I cannot really say that this reason has got like positive connotation behind it. It's pretty selfish, but I've always loved being a manager, being the boss. And yes, these days I'm really working on it to be like less dominant in the classroom, but nobody can deny the fact that a teacher, a good teacher usually has got the class in control. Like the harmony of you giving instructions and people doing it is something that empowers you, makes you feel confident in yourself, and you feel like I'm in charge. But am I? Reason number 6. Making new friends. Right now with my 6th graders and some of my 4th graders, I dare say that I don't just have students. Some of them are really my friends. They ask me questions, they see me in the corridor. We have like these small talks, especially with 4th graders that don't have, that great command of English, but still they try. I see them in the corridor and they tell me, teacher, they make me stop. They are that confident. How often do you see that in an adult student? No offense, but how often does that happen? They make me stop and they tell me, teacher, lunch? Bulgur, nice. See, that kid is trying to tell me that lunch is really, the lunch that we have is really delicious and invites me to go to lunch with her or him. And this is amazing, especially in my condition. I have left my hometown and I work in a new country that I don't know a lot of people in. So it feels amazing to have these tiny little cute friends. I love my adult students as well, just so you know. Reason number 7. Being able to help people. Like I have these kids that some of them don't receive a lot of love and support from their families. And some of them actually do, but they still have got a lot of different needs. And I've become this parent figure that can give them that help that they need. And the satisfaction that I myself feel afterwards is amazing. Show me. Okay, sit down. Just like any other job, like being a doctor, a flight attendant, a pilot, all the other jobs around us, teaching actually gives you the chance to help a lot of different people. And that feeling alone is amazing. Receiving praise and strokes, that's something that we shouldn't forget. So reason number 8 would definitely be receiving praise. I mean, nobody on earth can really survive without receiving praise from their peers, the surrounding. And let's say that teaching will provide you with a lot of praise if you really put in effort. It can really be challenging at times when people expect you to do something and you cannot really do that. But still, if you love teaching, I dare say that you will receive a lot of praise from your students, from your peers, and that feeling that you are doing the right thing at the right time will definitely be valuable and worth remembering. Reason number 9. You are never going to lose your job. I mean, yes, I know that this reason sounds really awkward, but just let's go back to the pandemic. A lot of people, and I'm not happy about it, I'm not happy to say that, but a lot of people, a lot of businesses, had a lot of damages, they went through really rough times, but teaching will never die. You will never lose your job. You may lose a school or an institute, but still, if you are a teacher and if you love teaching, you're never going to be outdated. You're always on top of all the other jobs because if you believe it or not, you are the one that creates the next president. I was working from home for 9 months last year. Reason number 10, which is a little bit personal for me, is the teacher's room. I know that again it may sound a little bit strange, but I love the stories of the teacher's room. All the fun, the jokes, the challenges. It's amazing. You go one day and you start singing with your colleagues, especially primary. And then there is another day that you go and you're like, why are you making a lot of noise from the other side of the teacher's room? And somebody says, can you please close the door? Can you shut it down? Can you be quiet? It's just like a family, and I really like that. I'm usually the grumpy one, I'm always like, can you keep it down? I'm working. Not really, I sometimes sing too. So these were the 10 reasons why I became a teacher. And I know that there are a lot of downsides to being a teacher as well, just like any other job. But still, I love it. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I've got different playlists that you can go through and watch. My favorite one right now is definitely, I can't choose. I will just name them. I like stories of my class and class observations, where I usually show you a full lesson, and then at the end of that lesson I give you feedback of the lesson, the things that I thought went really well and the things that I would definitely change the next time that I was going to teach that lesson. And then recently I have added fun activities where I give you examples of games or fun activities that I do in the class with different ages. So if you're interested to go through different playlists and different videos of my channel, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Like the video, I always mix these two, I'm sorry. But subscribe to my YouTube channel, like the video, share it with your friends, and don't forget to push the bell button next to the subscribe button. Push the bell button next to the subscribe button so that you get notified every time I have a new video. I love you and bye-bye.